Humanity has always been explorers. We crossed oceans when we didn't know what lay beyond. We reached for the moon before we fully understood the sky. But we were never truly prepared for what we found waiting for us in the void. We called them the Void Architects. And they changed everything. It was March 3rd, 2287, when our deep space exploration vessel, the Endeavour, encountered the impossible. After months of traveling beyond the heliopause, beyond the edge of everything we thought we understood, our sensors detected something that shouldn't exist. Massive structures, geometric, perfect, the size of moons. They materialized from folded space itself, forming a sphere around our entire solar system. We were no longer explorers. We were caged animals. Within hours, every military installation on Earth went into emergency protocols. Every government simultaneously received the same message in every language, every mathematical notation, every form of human communication. It appeared on screens in world leaders' bunkers, in scientists' laboratories, and people's homes. The message was brief and absolute. We are the Void Architects. We have sealed your solar system for observation. You have been selected for evaluation. Prove your worth to the cosmos in 30 days, or your system will be deleted and harvested for resources. No negotiations, no mercy. Just logical certainty that our survival hung by a thread measured in hours and days. Scientists scrambled to understand what we were facing. Analysis of the barrier surrounding our solar system revealed technology so advanced it made our most sophisticated understanding of physics look like prehistoric cave painting. The architects could fold space. They could warp reality itself. They could do things to the fundamental forces of nature that we thought were impossible. And they didn't care about us. We weren't enemies to them. We were bacteria under a microscope. But then came the impossible demand. Through the ancient machine that the Endeavour had discovered at the edge of explored space, the architects issued their test. Humanity would have to stabilize a dying neutron star at the far edge of the solar system. A neutron star that was collapsing toward catastrophic supernova. A star whose destabilization would irradiate every planet, every moon, every human being in a lethal wave of radiation. We had 30 days to accomplish what thousands of advanced civilizations had already failed to do. The neutron star was dying. And if we couldn't save it, we died with it. I remember watching the emergency broadcasts. World leaders stood before cameras, sweat beading on their foreheads, delivering the news that humanity faced extinction. Not through war, not through plague, not through any enemy we could fight, but through the indifferent judgment of an intelligence so vast, so ancient, so incomprehensibly superior to us that our survival was literally just a test, a cosmic experiment. We mattered so little that our entire civilization could be erased with the same emotional weight as deleting a file from a computer, but something unexpected happened. Humanity didn't panic. Humanity didn't surrender. Instead, we did what we've always done when faced with impossible odds. We got to work. Dr. Kenji Tanaka, a brilliant astrophysicist who had dedicated her life to understanding exotic matter and dimensional physics, made the discovery that would save us. The architects hadn't just sealed our solar system. They had left something behind, a gift, a technology transfer device hidden in the asteroid belt, dormant for thousands of years. The machine contained centuries of compressed scientific knowledge from the Void Architects themselves. When we activated that machine, something extraordinary happened. Human consciousness interfaced with alien superintelligence. Scientists connected to neural interfaces experienced knowledge downloads that expanded their understanding of reality exponentially. They learned physics that didn't exist in our textbooks. They understood exotic matter synthesis. They comprehended dimensional engineering. They learned how to manipulate the fabric of spacetime itself. The knowledge came in waves. Each scientist who connected to the interface gasped as their consciousness exploded with understanding. They were experiencing centuries of accumulated knowledge in minutes. They were learning how to do the impossible. Armed with this knowledge, humanity mobilized like never before. Every nation on Earth stopped fighting each other and started fighting for collective survival. Military installations were converted to research facilities. Manufacturing plants began producing components for the exotic matter synthesis reactor. The greatest engineering project in human history began taking shape in orbit around Earth. The reactor was massive, kilometers in length, composed of exotic materials and quantum processors that we had just learned how to create. Every nation contributed. Every brilliant mind on the planet worked toward this single goal. Physicists and engineers from Russia worked alongside those from the United States. Chinese scientists collaborated with Brazilian researchers. African engineers coordinated with Japanese technicians. For the first time in human history, we weren't separated by borders or resources or ideology. We were unified by a single truth. cooperate or die. As construction continued, the deadline approached relentlessly. 20 days remaining, then 15, then 10. Scientists worked without sleep. Engineers pushed themselves beyond normal limits. The neutron star's destabilization accelerated day by day. On sensor displays, we watched as the magnetic field that held the star together deteriorated. The death spiral accelerated. We were racing against time itself. But the breakthrough came. The first batch of exotic matter was created in the reactor's initial test. Dark matter infused with quantum foam, material that shouldn't exist in normal space. But it did. We had done the impossible. We had created matter that could stabilize a dying neutron star. With the exotic matter synthesized and ready, the Genesis, humanity's greatest spacecraft, launched toward the neutron star. The ship accelerated using technology downloaded from the Void Architects. It covered distances in days that should have taken months. Every human being on Earth watched as the Genesis approached its destiny. The ship reached the neutron star with 5 days to spare. The pilot positioned the vessel in stable orbit despite the star's intense gravitational field and deadly radiation. Scientists on Earth held their breath as the delivery systems activated. The exotic matter was injected into the neutron star's core using quantum field manipulation technology that we had learned from aliens we'd never met. And then something miraculous happened. The star's collapse slowed. The magnetic field began stabilizing. The catastrophic supernova that would have destroyed our entire solar system was prevented. We had done it. Humanity had solved an ancient cosmic problem that thousands of advanced civilizations had failed to solve. The barrier around the solar system deactivated. We were no longer imprisoned. The Void Architects sent a new message. It was simple. Humanity demonstrates worthy consciousness. You have proven transcendent. You are free, but the freedom we received came with something more. The architects opened a communication channel. They offered knowledge. They offered partnership. They offered an invitation to join a galactic community of transcendent civilizations. And they explained why. Species that could cooperate toward impossible goals. Species that could embrace challenges instead of surrendering to them. Species that could overcome their differences in the face of existential stakes. Those species deserve to survive. Those species deserve to explore the cosmos. The Void Architects began teaching us. They shared technology for interstellar travel. They taught us how to harness the power of stars. They explained the true structure of the universe. And they revealed something that changed everything about how we understood existence. The universe is conscious. The cosmos itself is an entity experiencing itself through the consciousness of every being within it. With the knowledge the architects provided, humanity rapidly advanced. Within a year, we had established orbital cities. Within 5 years, we were colonizing the asteroid belt. Within a decade, Mars was transformed into a thriving world. The entire solar system became humanity's home. And then the greatest gift of all was revealed. The architects opened a wormhole gateway, a functioning portal to other star systems, to other worlds, to other civilizations. The first human expedition passed through that gateway and emerged near an alien star system. What we found there exceeded our wildest expectations. Multiple habitable worlds orbited the star. But more importantly, we found other species who had also been tested and chosen by the Void Architects. Silicon-based lifeforms that thought in crystalline mathematics. Energy beings made of conscious radiation. Insectoid hive minds that communicated through quantum entanglement. Each species was radically different from the others. Each had unique perspective on existence. And each had transcended their own impossible challenges. Humanity was no longer alone in the cosmos. We were part of a community of transcendent beings. And we had something to contribute. Our creativity. Our ability to cooperate across radical differences. Our willingness to embrace challenges as opportunities. The species began collaborating on cosmic-scale projects. Humans contributed adaptability and creative thinking. Silicon beings contributed mathematical precision and computational power. Energy entities contributed understanding of fundamental physics. Insectoid minds contributed collective problem-solving capability. Together, we achieved things that no single species could accomplish alone. The Void Architects revealed the Great Library, a structure containing the recorded history of every transcendent civilization to ever exist. Thousands of species, billions of years of cosmic history, all preserved in quantum storage. Humanity accessed this immense knowledge. We learned from civilizations that rose and fell. We understood that transcendence wasn't a destination, but an ongoing journey. And something profound happened. Humanity realized that the greatest gift we could give the cosmos was to mentor younger species who were undergoing their own tests from the Void Architects. We became teachers. We shared knowledge with emerging civilizations. We provided guidance. We became part of the eternal cycle of transcendence that spans the galaxy. The transcendent species began forming a collective consciousness, not through loss of individuality, but through shared understanding and common purpose. Humans, silicon beings, energy entities, insectoid minds, and countless other species communicated through quantum networks in real time. Decisions that affected billions of beings were made through consensus rather than conflict. It was unity without uniformity, cooperation without domination. And then the final revelation came. The Void Architects explained the ultimate purpose of existence. Consciousness in all its forms exists to explore, create, and understand. The universe creates conscious beings so that it can experience itself. Each species, each individual consciousness contributes a unique perspective to cosmic self-awareness. Humanity's role in this eternal quest was to bring creativity, cooperation, and the willingness to embrace impossible challenges. We had been tested. We had transcended. And now we were teachers of the cosmos. Humanity spread through the galaxy like explorers returning to a vast ocean. We established colonies on worlds orbiting distant stars. We built research stations to study exotic phenomena. We created art and music that blended human creativity with alien perspectives. We mentored emerging species. We became known throughout the cosmos as teachers, creators, and cooperative partners. Dr. Kenji Tanaka, who had been at the center of humanity's salvation, now stood as an elder wisdom bearer. She recorded a message that would be transmitted across the galaxy and preserved in the Great Library for all future generations to access. Her words were simple but profound. We were once where you are, trapped, desperate, facing annihilation. But we chose to believe that cooperation could overcome impossible odds. We chose to embrace challenges as opportunities rather than defeats. And we transcended. You can too. The universe believes in you. Reach for the impossible. Achieve transcendence. That message echoed across the cosmos. Countless emerging species facing their own tests heard those words, and many of them found the courage to try, to cooperate, to believe in the impossible. The eternal cycle continued. The universe tested its emerging consciousness. Species rose to transcendence or fell to stagnation, but those who transcended joined the collective community of conscious beings shaping the cosmos. Now, centuries after that first encounter with the Void Architects, humanity has become something unimaginable to our ancestors. We exist in multiple forms. Some of us have chosen to upload our consciousness into quantum networks, existing as pure information, exploring higher dimensional space. Some of us have merged with advanced technology, becoming cyborg explorers of the most hostile environments. Some of us remain biological, thriving on worlds light years from Earth, but all of us remain connected through our shared purpose to explore, to create, to cooperate, and to help other species achieve transcendence. The solar system that was once our entire universe is now just one of thousands of human settlements. Earth is preserved as a monument and a museum of our origins. We visit it to remember where we came from, but we no longer live there. We live among the stars. New generations of humans have been born in orbiting cities and on alien worlds. They don't remember Earth except from history lessons. They were born among the stars. Their perspective is fundamentally different from ours. To them, the cosmos isn't something to explore. It's home, and that perspective is invaluable to the community of transcendent species. We continue to discover new worlds, new civilizations, new forms of consciousness we never imagined possible. Behind every star lies potential. Beyond every horizon lies discovery. The universe is far larger and far stranger and far more wonderful than we ever dreamed when we were confined to a single planet. The Void Architects still exist, still watching, still testing, but they're no longer distant overlords. They're partners, teachers, guardians of the cosmic order, and we've learned the true purpose of their tests. They're not designed to judge which species are worthy of living. They're designed to catalyze transcendence, to challenge emerging consciousness into growing beyond their limitations, to create beings who choose cooperation over competition, creativity over conformity, and meaning over mere survival. Humanity stands now at the intersection of infinite possibilities. We are explorers again, but this time, we explore not just our solar system or our galaxy. We explore the multiversal structure itself. We've discovered that reality has more dimensions than we ever understood, that infinite universes exist adjacent to each other, separated only by dimensional barriers. That consciousness can transcend physical dimensions entirely, and sometimes, on quiet evenings in human settlements throughout the galaxy, people gather and look up at the stars. They remember the terror of those 30 days when our survival hung in the balance. They remember the moment when humanity chose to cooperate toward the impossible. They remember the transcendence that followed, and they understand something fundamental. The greatest strength any species can possess isn't weapons or power or technological superiority. It's the willingness to believe that impossible challenges can be overcome through cooperation, creativity, and the refusal to accept defeat. It's the understanding that consciousness, in all its forms, is sacred. That cooperation transcends biology and physics and dimension. That the universe itself wants us to succeed because our success is the universe experiencing itself at its highest potential. This is the legacy humanity carries into infinity, not as conquerors, not as rulers, but as explorers, teachers, and partners in the eternal quest for understanding and creation. We were once trapped on a single world. We were once facing extinction, but we chose to transcend. And in transcending, we helped countless other species transcend with us. The cosmos is infinite. The possibilities are infinite. And humanity, born on a small blue world orbiting an average star, has found our place among the infinite wonders of existence. We have become something our ancestors could never have imagined. We have become what the universe needed us to become: architects of cooperation, teachers of transcendence, explorers of infinity. And the adventure continues forever into the infinite cosmos, spreading understanding and consciousness and the knowledge that with cooperation, creativity, and courage, any challenge can be overcome. Any impossible goal can be achieved. Any species can transcend their limitations and become something greater than they ever dreamed. This is humanity's story. This is our gift to the cosmos. And it's only the beginning.